Hey everyone, welcome to Balance Now Zen and Pow. I'm Stephanie and today we have some power yoga for you. Now before we get started, it's totally up to you. If you'd like to do some vinyasas to warm up, you can always go back and do one of the Vinyasa Flow videos, or if you know how to do them on your own, just take 4 or 5 vinyasas just to get that heat building and warming in the body before we move in to our power poses. So once you're done with those vinyasas, we're going to set up in kind of a squat position here. So I want your toes pointed out towards the corners of your mat. I want you to think about that back as if it's sliding up and down a wall, all right? So I'm going to sit into my legs. I want to open my hips and my inner thighs. I'm engaging my core. I'm nice and tall. I have a nice, strong, tall chest. And then I can either bring my hands on my knees. I have that Gyan Mudra. Or I can bring the arms up as I sink a little deeper. So I want to tuck the tailbone underneath. Lots of power here. I can already feel this in my legs, my inner thighs. And breathe into it. Good, let's stay for 3 more breaths. 1 more. As we come out of this, we're going to straighten the legs, point the toes directly forward, hinge from the hips into a forward fold. But we're staying at 90 degrees to start, so I can feel this through my hamstrings. Now I can clasp my hands behind me if I want and drop down, releasing through the shoulders, the hamstrings. I can move through my legs. I can shake it out. I can bring my hands down if I want. This is your practice going where you need to here. And as I roll up, I'm going to bend the knees, take a nice big slow roll up, rolling the shoulders back. Our next power pose is a triangle. I'm going to flip one leg out, my other leg is going to stay forward. Now if I want to use my block, I can. I'm just going to place it next to my foot here so it would come right under my hand and my shoulder. But I'm going to reach and extend towards that front leg, and then I can either come to that block, I can keep the left hand on the hip or bring the arm up. Or I can have the hand on the leg, top arm up. I can also take some of the pressure and put more power in the core and the lower back by bringing that palm up. If I want, and I'm still in good alignment, I can take my hand down to the mat as well. But what I want you to do is come up just a little bit, about right here, or maybe even a little higher. What we're going to do is we're going to add even more power. So I can stay here, or I'm bringing that bottom arm out. Breathe into it. Take that drishti wherever you'd like. Looking either ahead, you can look towards that right arm. As you reach, you can look up towards that top hand. And bending into the knee, windmill into reverse warrior. Good, I still have a bend in that knee. I'm still working the legs here. Exhale and release. Let's do the other side. Turning the toe in, turning the other toe out. Feel free to use that block if you'd like. I'm going to set it off to the side for now. So hinging, reaching forward from the hips, and then either bringing that hand down, right arm up. I can keep the hand on the hip if I want. I can take it down. So we're just going to stay here to start with a few breaths. Finding that drishti, stretch it out. Then I want us to make sure that we're lifting up a little bit before we go into the bottom arm extension. Here we go. Engage the core. So notice how I really have to pull up through the core, and I'm also using that lower back. Now if we were down here, we'd be down too low, right? We want a nice, good extension and angle, but taking care of that lower back and core. Bending the knee, windmill into reverse. Keep that knee bent. Looking up or down with that bottom foot. Exhale, release. Let's go back into 1 more of those squats. Coming back to center, point the toes out, tuck the tailbone under, find that nice squat position, and then either hands in prayer, or bringing those arms up, or on the knees, engaging the core. Pull the shoulders down, breathing into it. Beautiful. Inhale, coming up, tuck the toes, go back into that half lift. We can clasp the hands and then fall behind if we want. And bending the knees, rolling it up, rolling the shoulders back. Nice job. You guys can repeat that as many times as you want, and you can add some vinyasas at the end. You can always put some of these videos together too if you're trying to do a longer practice. But I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great day. Namaste.